Hey everyone, Taylor from Chimera Gaming, and today I have a box of Modern Horizons 2 in front of me. This is the newest set coming out this Friday, June 11th. It's pre-release weekend coming up, which means everyone who's got set booster boxes, which is what I have right here in front of me, and pre-release kits will be good to be picked up. At least here in Ontario, we're still kind of in lockdown, just on the cusp of coming out, so there's no in-person events or anything yet. But still really exciting. There's tons of really cool stuff in this set, and kind of with in-person events on the horizon, it's got a lot of people just reeling to get back into paper magic. So we're gonna pop into this box and see what kind of cool stuff we can get from this new set. If you know nothing at all about this set, you'll be happy to hear that fetch lands are in here. They've also done retro frame versions of fetch lands. The enemy cycle is in this set. There's a bunch of new cards like Ragavan, for example, that is really, really powerful. Big reprints like Cabal Coffers. But yeah, we're going to get right into this. We're not going to look at the commons or uncommons all that much. We're going to really just get into the good stuff. These are set boosters, so we're going to have some art cards and whatnot in here as well. But we're just going to skip by all that and not really worry too much about it. So yeah, let's get right into this. I did do one of these earlier. The file for the video got corrupted and the audio was completely out of sync. So I usually like to say that I'm brand new to a set, but I'm not quite brand new to this one. I have opened a box at this point. But we get a basic and an art card in every pack here. All the commons and uncommons you see, we're gonna just shove up kind of out of the way. And speaking of fetch lands, we have Misty Rainforest. Just a regular one to start things off here. It's really awesome. It's definitely what we want to be seeing. Abundant Harvest, the now to be known as common in this set. At least I did not know it was going to be common when it was printed as a mystical archive. I definitely thought, like, at least uncommon, maybe rare, but here we are. We get the sketch version of Abundant Harvest here. Then we get a new to modern reprint card in every pack. That's generally just an uncommon from the set in any of the colors. So not super exciting, but they're still there. And then Foundation Breaker as a foil. We get a foil in every pack. That's kind of how these packs are laid out. Hopefully they're laid out with all the good stuff for us. All right. Right in to pack number 2. Artifact lands are back. For those who don't know, they are in the form of tap dual lands this time for each of the different guilds that are out there, all 10. We've got a Scion of Draco as our mythic, a Sea Drake, Mind Collapse, and a foil, Drossforge Bridge, which is one of those artifact lands I was just talking about. Obviously, as you can see here, this Mind Collapse doesn't quite look like your typical Magic card, or at least recent day Magic cards. They did do the retro frames for a bunch of different cards in this set. Kind of leaning into that Time Spiral Remastered vibe or feel. Got a Moderation, a Douthie Voidwalker. This card is getting a lot of hype currently. It's potentially can do some pretty crazy things in Modern. We've got a Scourge Familiar, a Soul Snare in the retro frame, and a Gargadon. All right. Brea's Apprentice. Kind of a Pia Nalar type card. Gets you a Thopter when it enters play. We've got Asmarano Mardicata Istinakuldakar. Got quite the name on this card. There's a lot of hype around that as well at the moment. Quirion Ranger, new to modern. Glimmer Baron, and empty the warrens except for squirrels. Alright. Persist is 2 mana, return target non-legendary creature from your graveyard to the battlefield with a -1/-1 counter. Obsidian Charmaw, which is a really sweet colorless land hate card. And we've got a foil retro Aeromoeba. Looks absolutely gorgeous. All right. Apologies. Oh no. Sorry about this. Just gonna turn off those notifications. All right, we're good. Gaedrone, Dihada, not 100% on how you pronounce that, but it's one of the new planeswalkers of the set. It's pretty cool. We've got Ignoble Hierarch, big double value rare mythic in this pack with Ignoble and Gaedrone. Ignoble obviously being the homage to Noble Hierarch, except with Jund colors. We've got a Bone Shredder, Terminal Agony, and Break Ties as our foil. Archon of Cruelty. This is kind of the card in the set that goes best with the card we just saw in the last 2 packs ago, Persist. The return a creature with a -1/-1 counter. It's an 8 mana 6/6 flying. When it enters the battlefield or attacks, target opponent sacks a creature or planeswalker, discards a card, and loses 3 life. And then you draw a card and you gain 3 life. It's a lot of different things happening for one trigger of a card, and especially if you can put that out on, I mean, the glorious way of doing it would be to get it out there on turn 2, but more realistically, turn 3 or 4 can do a lot of damage. Got a Lens Flare. Ooh. Put that right here, and a Resurgent Belief, which is kind of like an Open the Vaults, except for enchantments, and it has Suspend. And that's in the retro frame foil there. Absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. All right, we're going to pick up the pace a little bit here. We're coming up to about a third of the way through this box. We've got an Urza Saga. Counterspell. New to modern as well. We have Timeless Witness, which is a new take on Eternal Witness as a 4 mana 2/1 that has Eternalized. Master of Death. New Zombie Wizard. We've got Squirrel Mob, Kitchen Imp, and a foil Power Depot with an Ancestor's Prophet. So if you don't know, each set booster has a chance at getting a card from the list. So the big way you can tell a card is from the list. Sorry, that's going to be way out of focus, but that little white symbol there, it's a little planeswalker symbol, the bottom of the card. The list, it doesn't really have any sort of, I guess, obvious theme or guarantee of what you're going to get in there. Really all it is a trip down Magic's history. So you get some cool cards. Scroll Rack, I know, was on the list for a little bit. Renin 6, some really high value cards like that. But you also get things like Anointer Priest, which is just a common from Amonkhet. And it's just there to kind of showcase some of the different things that Magic has done throughout its history. And it's a fairly cool fairly cool thing for new players, and a way to put a few extra copies of some highly popular cards for the more enfranchised players. Flame Rift, new to modern. A foil kitchen imp there. Keep talking about these things that all of you probably already know. Not opening enough packs of Magic cards. Got Fury, which is one of the new mythic elementals, probably the worst one of the bunch. When it enters the battlefield, you deal 4, divided as you choose, amongst any number of target creatures or planeswalkers. Dermotaxi. We got Chance Encounter. It's new to modern as well. Late to Dinner, and a foil Master of Death with a Cadaverous Knight as our list card. Whew. Almost got a little ahead of ourselves there. Timeless Dragon. Zurin Orb. Lazatef Chancellor, and a Drake Keeper. Still just the one fetch land so far. Nothing too crazy in the mythics. We've gotten a couple of them. We got Gaedrone, and we got Fury, but would like to see Grief, maybe Grist, Garth One Eye, Marsh Flats. That will also do just fine. Got Gorilla Shaman, Ornithopter of Paradise, and a Soul of Migration. All right. Sudden Edict. It's a new Diabolic Edict. People were screaming for Diabolic Edict to come into Modern for so long. And then we got Liliana's Triumph, a set before Diabolic Edict made it into Modern, and now we have Sudden Edict, which is just Diabolic Edict, except with split second. So no more Sylvan Safekeepers in Legacy, no more crop rotations. It's just Sudden Edict. That's how it goes now. Resurgent Belief in Goblin Bombardment, got a Chatterstorm, and a Tragic Fall. All right. Got the Storm Ooze. Violin of Sea and Sky. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not 100% on the pronunciation of that one, but it's the new Merfolk God, 3 mana, 3/4. It has indestructible as long as you control 2 other Merfolk. And then does some other cool stuff. Territorial Kavu. I know one particular Wayfarer's Bauble. One particular Tribal Flame Zoo player who's really excited for Territorial Kavu. I think they will be trying to get 4 of that card in their deck as soon as possible. I actually think we also hit that Scion. Yeah, Scion of Draco. That's another card I know he is very, very excited for. Basic land out of here. We have a Dress Down. Mishra's Factory, which is new to Modern. Big thing about Mishra's Factory, for those who may not know, it attacks as a 2/2, kind of just like Mutavault does in Modern at the moment, but the big thing is that it blocks as a 3/3. assuming you don't have to tap it for any other reason, when you activate it with a different land, it'll become its 2/2, and then you can use it to tap and target itself to make it a 3/3. Definitely first learned about that one while playing a game of Cube. Didn't work well for me. We've got an Unmarked Grave and a Titania, which is also new to Modern. It's a big one. TJ is really excited for that card. We've got an Arcane Teachings. All right, we're on our final third of this box. Priest of Fellrights, new black-white Reanimator card. We have Vindicate, which is also new to Modern. Really cool one. Bone Shards. And an Arcbound Prototype with a Time of Ice as our list card. All right, Sylvan Anthem, Seal of Removal. We've got a Flame Tongue Yearling and a foil Timeless Dragon. It's pretty neat. It's a very shiny dragon. And we got a Murderous Cut as our list card. Back in the Grixis Splinter Twin days, when Murderous Cut would see a lot more play. Those were good times. We hit it. We hit Grief. Look at that. The Black Elemental Incarnation. A 2 black for a 3/2 menace. When it enters the battlefield, target opponent reveals their hand. You choose a card, a non-land card from it, and that player discards that card. And then you can evoke this creature by exiling a black card from your hand instead of paying its mana cost. So evoke is when it enters, it immediately sacrifices. So it'll enter, the ETB will happen, enter the battlefield trigger, sorry. You'll target your opponent's hand, take a card from it, Grief is gone. It's in the graveyard. But people are really excited about that card. That was kind of one of the first big spoilers of the set that got people ready and roaring for more. And there's been a lot of development since then. People seeing the obvious line of throwing Grief and Ephemerate in your deck. So when you Ephemerate the Grief, it'll come back and trigger again, but it won't sacrifice because you haven't specifically evoked it. And you can do that. You can Ephemerate the Grief with its original trigger on the stack before it gets sacrificed. So people definitely brewing with Grief amongst the other elementals like Subtlety especially. Seeing a lot of cool new things pop up in the format. You got a Fractured Sanity, Karth the Lion, a foil retro Glimmer Baron, and Greed, which is also new to Modern. All right, let's fly through these last couple packs here. See if we can hit any more fetch lands. Diamond Lion, pretty cool one. It's just Lion's Eye Diamond, but on an actual lion. Got Patchwork Gnomes, the tip card. Hopefully, I keep seeing we get these list cards at the back, but none of them have been good so far. Got Piru the Volatile, Braids, also new to Modern, Nested Shambler, Steelfin, Whale, and a Dragon Lord Atarka. So there's an example. It's not the most expensive thing you can get amongst the cards on the list, but that's still a, what, $8, $10, $12 card, if I'm remembering appropriately. Might be even higher if something has changed since the last time I've looked at the price. But it gives you an idea. You can hit cards that are 25 cents in the list. You can also hit cards that are $10, $20. Got a Wonder, which is also new to Modern, and a Harmonic Prodigy. Sketch version of Thought Monitor. Seeing a ton of play in Legacy at the moment. I apologize. I guess I just didn't turn off anything that makes noise. In this room before I started recording, we have a retro foil Profane Tutor that just looks gorgeous. So this is a Tutor with Suspend, brand new from Modern Horizons 2. Absolutely gorgeous old border foil. Oh, I kind of saw that we've got a Planeswalker of some sorts back there. Dakin, it's a good one. New Esper Planeswalker. It gets better as the game goes on. Enters with loyalty equal to the number of lands you control. Pretty neat. Got baited by that Rustvale Bridge. Definitely thought that was an Arid Mesa. This is the last pack of this box. Channel the energy of the squirrels. Dam. We pulled a dam. Beautiful. We hit an extruder. Seep through. Batterbone. The evolution of Batter Skull. Or de-evolution, if you want to say that. 2 mana equipment, living weapon. The equipped creature gets +1/+1 vigilance and lifelink. Still has equip 5 though, and you cannot return it to your hand. But that Snubbering Sentry rounds off that pack. I'm going to take a quick look at this pile here. See all the cool things that we opened in this box, because I do think this box was pretty decent. It was definitely better than the last box, even though we only did get 1 fetch land again, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know why I pulled Vindicate to the front there. Card's not actually that crazy. Right, yes. We got a lot of these good $10-ish cards at the beginning of the box. So we did get 2 fetch lands. We got the Misty and the Marsh Flats. Past that, our mythics were Gaedrone, the Merfolk, Titania, Fury, Grief, Dakin. Got some good mythics in this box. Overall, oh, of course, we got the Profane Tutor and the white Returnal enchantments in the old border foils as well. Well, if you are one of our locals who is tuning into this video, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you over the next couple weeks as this set officially releases and these cards kind of all get released into the world. If you aren't one of our locals and you're stopping by, I'm happy you stopped by. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you all next time. Thanks for watching.